Belmont, North Carolina. Now, in answer to David Brody's question about Fort Lauderdale, the fort no longer stands. There were actually 3 forts. There's a reason why Fort Lauderdale was named Fort Lauderdale, but my understanding is all of those forts, unfortunately, are no longer in Fort Lauderdale. So there's the answer to your question, David Brody, as to why Fort Lauderdale is named Fort Lauderdale. Welcome back to American Sunrise. Why is American Sunrise named American Sunrise? Because we want to be the sunshine in your day. I'm Dr. Gina. Thank you for joining us. It is time now for today's health news, sponsored by the Wellness Company. Under the microscope today, the link between listening to music and lowering the risk for dementia. New research from Australia shows that listening to music most days can slash dementia risk by, listen to this, you guys, almost 40%. The study followed over 10,000 auditors aged 70 and up for a decade, and the heavy listeners clearly outperformed the rest in memory tests. Scientists say music stimulates multiple areas of your brain: emotion, imagination, motor skills. These all build new pathways to keep your mind sharp. And I have personal experience with this. My aunt was in a nursing home for several years, not responding to anything or anyone. I took an old-fashioned little recorder with a tape in it of Tie a Yellow Ribbon and to her, and she started dancing to it. She had not responded to anyone in years. It was amazing. She started dancing and singing every word. I met Tony Orlando last weekend, and I got to tell him that story, and he was very touched and sweet. You know that stubborn ache, though, that ice, heat, and pain pills just won't even touch? Well, TheraBlue was designed to go deeper. This next-gen peptide gel uses AQA molecular delivery technology to drive relief ingredients past your skin and into your muscle tissue. It's Powerhouse Trio Copper Peptide to reduce inflammation, and NAD Plus to restore cellular energy, and Methylene Blue to protect your mitochondria. These are all very big hacks in the healthcare industry. This helps real recovery, not just numbing. Plus MSM, turmeric, MSM not as in mainstream media, turmeric, white willow bark, arnica, and ginger. These ingredients act to calm the inflammation, while menthol and camphor give it that instant cooling feeling. Get 10% off right now at twc.health/RAV. Use the code RAV. Move freely again with TheraBlue. David Brody, D-Bro. Can you believe I got to meet Tony Orlando and tell him that story about my aunt with Alzheimer's, David?
It's honestly very cool. And from a Gen X, almost a boomer perspective, it really impresses me
Speak for yourself,
deeply.
David.
Did you tie a yellow ribbon around the old oak tree?
I mean, I get that was just a little bit before our generation, but it was, I remember that song becoming repopularized during the Gulf War.
That's correct.
And that
is
was
right.
a very Gen X war. Yeah.
Oh, well, okay. Tony Orlando and Dawn Trivia here. Leave it to us to do that. Thanks for clearing
Tony
up the
Orlando,
fort issue.
Still alive, looks amazing, and is now Uncle Tony to all of my children.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, we hit it off
I would
fast.
I want to meet Tony.
Okay,
Orlando.
I'll make that happen, David.
Oh my gosh. Thank you. Excuse me, everybody. We're working out a
We
kind
have
of
a
a
show
side
to
situation.
do, David. We need to get back to
I'm sorry.
it. Yeah.
Okay, my bad. Sorry. Squirrel. Now over to Congress, where both the House and Senate both approved the much-discussed bill that would compel the Justice Department to release all the Epstein files. The House voted to pass the measure 427-1. The Senate quickly advanced it by unanimous consent a short time later. Sorry, I'm chuckling, but wasn't this controversial? Now it's unanimous consent. In other words, there wasn't even a roll call vote. It now heads to President Trump's desk, where he said he will sign it. We're expecting that at some point later today. I don't know. I just make things up. But let's get the real deal from Brian Glenn. He's, of course, Rav's chief White House correspondent. Brian, is this going to happen today? Do we think there's going to be a signing ceremony even? What about Epstein's victims? I wonder if they're going to be there. I mean, the whole thing is just kind of interesting in terms of the visuals and how this will play out. Oh, by the way, good morning. That was a rambling question.
Good morning, and tie a ribbon around that old oak tree. Great classic tune. I love it. Okay, so let's unpack a few things here. I have not got any confirmation that will take place today, but it passed unanimous because in the Senate, really before they even got it, which is very rare that something like that happens. And yes, it's really ironic that all Republicans, for the most part. Clay Higgins was the only one that didn't vote. And all Democrats came together for this. Now, what happens next? He will sign it, whether today, tomorrow, next week, doesn't matter, but he will sign it. Then it will also go in the hands of the DOJ. Now, when there's any elements inside an investigation, if something is under investigation, well, now the Epstein files has elements and people in that under investigation, you simply can't release the file. So it will be locked down for a short time, long time, who definitely knows about that, but that now lies in the Department of Justice. So we'll see exactly what the timing on that is. But as soon as I get confirmation when President Trump is expected to sign that, I'll definitely let you know.
Well, he is on the record, Brian, saying that he will sign it the moment it hits his desk. So I don't know how you take that, but I take that as a soon.
And what's essentially, it never really hit the Senate. It was unanimous consent even before the House approved it last night. So it's really, maybe it does, he might be sitting on there right now. Who knows? Yeah. But yeah, with what he said, I'm sure he's going to sign it as soon as it touches his desk.
But that won't necessarily be a press conference with a public signing.
As of right now on his schedule is not. He is actually going to a Saudi investment forum a little bit later this morning. Okay. He has that. So that signing is not on the official schedule here at the White House. Of course, they could always add that to it a little bit later. So we'll see. All
right. Also, Brian, want to be sure we get your 2 cents in on President Trump meeting with the Saudi Arabian Crown Prince yesterday at the White House, and a new investment deal, not a little one, announced between the Saudis and the U.S. Take a listen.
I want to thank you because you've agreed to invest $600 billion into the United States. And because he's my friend, he might make it $1 trillion, but I'm going to have to work on him. But it's 600. We can count on 600 billion. But that number could go up a little bit higher, yes, or I don't know. We'll see. But we appreciate it very much. So Saudi is going to be investing at least $600 billion, and that means investments in plants, in companies, money on Wall Street, and what it really means for everybody that really counts is jobs, a lot of jobs. We have a lot of jobs.
A lot of jobs, Brian.
A lot of jobs.
A lot of jobs.
Well, I think it started with the F-35 flyover, the horse-guided motorcade on here, the 21-gun salute on the South Lawn, big pageantry for this crown prince. And then when they later got in the Oval Office, that $600 billion turned into now what we understand as $1 trillion of investment in the U.S. Now, no specific timeline or when that's going to, and what different areas in as far as the industry that's going to be invested in, AI certainly being one of them. One of the other big takeaways from yesterday is that President Trump has officially signed Saudi Arabia as kind of a non-ally to the U.S., non-NATO ally, I should say, to the U.S., and also with the strengthening of those F-35s gives them a little bit more stability and strength in that region. So, and also the Abraham Accords, that was something that they were hoping they could bring Saudi Arabia into to stabilize, of course, that situation. But big meeting there in the Oval Office yesterday with the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia.
What are the advantages and status, Brian, of being a non-NATO ally?
That's a good question. Well, if someone was to attack, and I guess what you say is there's a couple of different situations. If someone was to attack them, that we have a agreement with that country that we would defend them. Now, Joe Biden did that in the previous administration, named a list of countries that, for whatever reason, security guarantees. I guess in a way you could say that. But what I want to be very careful, and I'm going to make sure that this is factually true, and I should probably say it, but when we guarantee security of another country, that means if that country is attacked in any way, shape, or form, that we will defend them, which would mean service members from the U.S., our men and our women that serve this country, would then have to, I would assume, go over to that country and defend the country that we guaranteed security concerns for. So, got to get all that clarified, but indeed, making a major step towards Saudi Arabia and establishing a stronger relationship as all those things in the Middle East develop.
Brian Glenn, thanks for your time. Appreciate you. Keep us posted
Thanks,
on
Brian.
what's happening there today. Could get interesting.
It could.
All right, my friend. Coming up, Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass deflects questions on issues in her city, blames ICE for some of the problems there. We have her remarks coming up next on American Sunrise. Stay with us.